Welcome to the free 7 rules email course. Today is rule 1. Now, rule 1 is learn English phrases, not individual words. And this one, just like all the other rules, is very simple, very easy. And like the other rules, this rule is very, very powerful. So simple, so powerful. What is the rule? The rule is always learn phrases, not individual words. So simple. So afraid it is group of words. Not you can have a whole sentence, but it's just even part of the sentences. So, for example, let's say you have the word hate, eat, hate, hate, and you want to learn this new word. You can, just write out the word hate, and then you find your dictionary, the meaning, and then you memorize is hate, hate, hate. That's the old way. That's beautiful because takes way in the right school. So in the school you learn a lot of. You try to memorize. You try to remember all the individual single words. It's not a good way to learn. Much better if you learn phrase, a group of words, and where you find the phrases, you find the phrases in the Real English podcast that you are listening to, in the Real English storybook that you're reading. So you don't memorize a list in a book. No. You listen to Real English, and when you hear new words, write down. Or when you're reading a storybook and you see new words, write down. But you not just write down that word. You want to write down the whole phrase and sentence that you all of it. So instead of saying hate, just write a hate. You would say write down John hates ice cream. You write out the whole phrase. Why do you do this? That's the power of phrases. Well, phrases give you a lot of information, much more information. Number 1, phrases are easier to remember because they have a meaning. They have a kind of picture of story, especially when you get them from something that you are reading, listening. You'll remember it's John hates ice cream, and when you remember whole story that John hates ice cream and he didn't like ice cream, and this role have all extra piece of information. All this extra information helps you remember the meaning of the phrases and the meaning of the words, so help your memory much easier to remember. Number 2 is the bonus. When you learn phrases, you are learning grammars also. You are not only learning an individual words, you are learning grammar, how to use that words correctly. You don't need to think about the grammar. You don't need to think about the rule. It's automatically is another way to that native speakers learn English, because we are children. We learn which phrases. We learn groups of words, one word by one word. It doesn't help. You don't need to grammar, but when you learn the whole phrases, you write out the getting extra information. Maybe you don't know, but where, for example, John hates ice cream. Well, from grammar study that you were making the subject. You don't need to think about that. Just write out the phrase John hates ice cream and study it and review it. Always learn the phrases, not just that word. And so in the future, whenever you say he hates ice cream, she hates ice cream, you will add that as. That's right, because how you learn it, you learn correctly it from the phrases. On the other hand, if you learn from the textbook,